What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to be using React. It's going to be a simple React app. As you can see here, it's going to be a quick to-do list, right? Super simple. You just come here, type whatever you want to add. If I can type, you click add, it'll add the item. You can add as many items as you like. And you can also delete items that you like. So if you're done with item number 3, you can delete that one. If you're done with the first item, you can delete that one as well. And then, of course, you can delete the very last item and just have it blank. So for now, in this video, I just wanted to focus on the functionality of this app. In the next video, I will add a lot more styling to make it look all nice and pretty. Let's get the functionality down. So let's get started. All right, guys, I went ahead and got my React app started, up and running. All I really have here is my public folder with index.html, which I don't really need any of this stuff right now. Then I have my source folder with a components folder that just has my app.js, my main JavaScript file or JSX file, and then I have my index.js that's going to render my app. So let's hop into app.jsx, right? So once I make my components, I'm going to just import everything into here and have this return all of my stuff, right? We usually think about what my to-do list is going to have, right? So essentially, let's write it down here. It's going to have a input field. It's going to have some, actually, let's just write down by components. Be a little bit easier. So we have a heading component that just has pretty much a header that says to-do list or whatever we want to call it. I'm going to want to have a input component. We could input our text into, so we can add it to our list component, right? Yeah, let's go and add a footer in there as well. So the way these videos are going to be laid out is I'm going to just start with like basic functionality, right? That might be like the first video, actually styling this app, and we go like that. So let's just start with pretty much just functionality of the thing, right? What it says and make it work. So what I'm gonna do is just make my components here.
New file called heading.jsx. Go ahead and also make our footer.jsx. Let's go and make our list. As it says, no one calls the list. The import list.
Just import React. Export. Call it heading. We're just going to have a return h1. It says sorry if you hear my dog chewing, it's super loud. So export our heading, it's going to index. No, it's going to clear it out because that's going to confuse me. It's going to app.js, come down here, it's going to import heading from heading, right? In our div, we can go ahead and add a heading. That should work. Whoa, what did I do wrong? Okay. Heading, to-do list, right? As I said, I'm gonna add styles later, maybe in next video, but for now, I just wanna get my functionality down, right? So we're gonna do that. So our heading is done. Let's go to our footer. Let's get it easy about the way. Whoops. React. Footer. Return. Footer actually. What is the copyright entity? So this day I'm gonna hard code it, not hard code it. I'm gonna hard code it for now, and then I'm gonna change it to make it a variable later. So then, of course, I need to import this into here. What do you mean footer was not found? Shoot, next footer. This now here. What's going on? Current dates. Okay. Interesting. 2022. Cool. So we're just gonna just close that. Current date in there. So I know that I might have to. I won't use state for that. I'll just keep this like that, right? So let's go now to our input. Input field there, and then down here I want to put like list item under it. Boom, 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 and then all right. So let's think about this. When I add, I want to put it here. Go with the. Actually, let me make a list up here. More item 2. Cool. So I'm gonna type this in there, click add, and have it add down here. Do that. Let's make this blank array. Nothing in it. Right. So that's good. So we want to go to our input, and then on this click we want to Just say add item. Yeah, I know it's not defined. And I think I'll leave it in my app.js. The function add item. So we're gonna get just item through here. We're gonna pass through item, and then we're gonna leave that blank for now. Add item. So we want to in our input. Yeah, let's go. So we can go through here, come to our props. This would be props.add item. What's going on here? Props is not defined. Boom, right there. Let's add item. Let's come to here. Let's make sure this is actually getting called. Just call log 5. Function. Our console. Nothing's being added. So what's happening here? So input. On click, don't add to the right place. Yeah, the right place. Props.item. Just call this on that. I think that might. Here, let's go back to here. Oh, I'm tripping. Add item. This should be add item. This is confusing. Let's go to here. Add. Now 5 is getting added. So what we want to do is let's make a const. That item equals to state. Set the item to blank for now, and then so input needs to be on change, so you can add in every letter the individual is typing to the value of the input, so we can pass it through, or so set it as item here, set it as item to here, pass this item through this prop to get to app.js, right? So on change, let's make that go to, just make a new function called new item. Yeah. So function, new item. What's gonna happen on change? So first, let's add a value here, which is going to equal item. And then we want to do function new item. Once you get a new item, we want to call the event, right, that targeted. So E, and then let's get a const which destructures E. So let's need name, value. I think we just need value, to be honest. equals e.target. No, whoops, e.target. Didn't really do that, but decided to do it anyway. It's going to be a long video. Then, so let's console log what the value is, right? Every time this changes, new item gets called, passes in e, destruction e.target to get the value out. We're going to console log the value. So let's see what happens. There we go. This is exactly what we wanted. So once we get that value, all we want to do is okay, so when we get our value, all we want to do is set the item. Set item to, we can't just set the item to value, because if we set the item to value, this item will be changed to just that single character, right? So we need to spread in the current item, spread in item. Oh, that's not an array. I'm tripping. Can't spread in the string. Well, we can set it to item plus the value, right? Set item, we pass in the, so it's blank right now, we add in the character, gets set, come back to here, add, the character will be here, add another character. Let's see if that works. Oh. Let's delete that, what's going on here? Oh, so I do just want to set it to value because once I set the value, I'm adding all my characters into here. Now my app isn't working, so I need to redo this. I'll be right back. Okay, we're now back. And what I did here, just set it to value, fixed it. So when I set it to the previous value plus the value, it would add the one character, and when I tap the second character, it would add the first character and the second character to the first character. If that makes sense. So I just have to just set it to value, because it'll add the current value of the input. So if I put one letter, it'll add it, second letter, it will reset item to these new 2 letters. So that is good. So now that I have that inside of my state, I just want that one letter. Once I get that one letter, I can click my button and then add it to my list, which is in app.js. So on click props, I need to pass through my item through here. So let's come through here. Props dot, what do I call it? Well, let me see. I can come to, oops. Where's my, there it is, components. Let's go to input, add item, that's what it's called. How's it add item? And then once I add my item, I want to pass in my item from up here. So when I pass in my item from up here, it goes to my app right here, from here, and then when I add item, this item comes and it'll console log it. So let's see what happens when we do that. And I think, let's see what happens. What do I keep doing? So I think the problem is my default behavior on my button. I'm not sure why my computer is not acting correctly, but a button, when I add it, That's my event. Event developer behavior. I think that's going to fix this. But, so, hello, add it. She could console log there. Yep, that was the issue. Here, there. Edit all there, right? So, called it here, passed in my item to app.js, got it here. Once I get my item, I want to update my list. I set my list, so set list to, I want the, so this is an array, so I can spread my previous list. So my previous list by the passing array, right? So I want to spread my previous list and then add in the item. So the list, let's console log my list now. See what we get. Cool. Let's clear that. So item 1. Prop console. What? Oh shoot. Console.log list. Let's clear that. Refresh this. Item 1. All right, so if someone can explain to me in the comments why React does this, right? So I come here, I set my list, and when I set my list, I console log my list. But when I log it here, it doesn't show the list yet. That makes sense. It shows the previous value of the list. You know what I mean? So I added it here. I added item 1. It showed up blank. I logged it here. I added item 1. Now it's blank. Then I added my item 2. Now it's going to show me the list with item 1 in it. I don't know. I gotta search that later and figure it out. But anyways, nonetheless, we have our add items function. Just gonna refresh that. I have an add items function. So what we don't have is delete item function. Okay, I'm gonna just make it to where if you click on it, then it'll disappear. So on click, delete item. Yeah, function, delete item. Kind of going backwards here, but I don't know if you already noticed, but I did miss a step. I need to add a key to each of my list items so I can delete it by the index or by the key or ID. But let me finish this logic first. Set my list to, actually, yeah, let's do that for now. I just want to see what my index looks like. Okay. So when I add the item, then I want to use this index. I forgot. So I know how to pass through a prop and add the ID through a prop, but how do you add an ID when it's just an HTML element? You know what I'm saying? I could still just add my list item in a different. I don't know why I'm blinking on that. But anyways, let's. X is not defined where. Here. Pass in the content of my list item. It's going to be X. Nice. And then you pass in the key, which is going to be the index. And then also pass in the ID. Yes. It's also going to be index. So on my list item, come back here, delete item. I'm going to pass in the ID. So on click. I'm going to pass in props.key, right? So let's go back over here and get props. No, I can't get key. I'm tripping. BID. Then once I get my ID, I can pass my ID up through here. Just catalog my ID. Make sure I'm getting the correct values. I am. So on that, I want to set my list. That way. I'm gonna come up here to make it equal to blanking on how to use filter. Yeah. So I can get each item and then the index. And I want to return each item whose index does not equal the ID. And then just do set list to an array. Right.
Nice.
So last thing I want to do is every time I add my item, I want to clear out my list. So I can do that. And let's go to, it makes more sense to do it in my input, right? So every time I add a new item, I set its value, I can just easily on click. It'll be on click because I cleared out here. Here will that work? No, yeah, can't. Because if I clear it, then I click the button, it'll be gone, right? So all I have to do is just set item to this. Okay, I think that is all our functionality. It's about 30 minutes to do that. Yeah, so yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna do pretty much like the design in a whole different video because this was already gone way too long. So thank you guys for watching. As always, if you have any comments, things you want me to do, ways I can improve, put it down in the comment. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you feel like doing. Other than that, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.